The banishment. The massive golden doors of the Galactic Council chamber made a deep grinding sound. They closed behind Ambassador Chen with a final heavy thud. The sound echoed through the giant hall like thunder. Chen stood alone on the silver platform. His dark blue uniform was perfect, but his hands shook slightly. Around him, 500 alien races watched from floating platforms. Some had tentacles, others had wings. Many had eyes that glowed in different colors. The hall was bigger than any building on Earth. Purple clouds floated near the ceiling. Stars shined through the clear walls. It was beautiful and terrifying at the same time. High above everyone, the Zephron judge sat on his throne. He was 15 feet tall with gray skin like stone. His four mouths moved together when he spoke. His voice sounded like rocks breaking. "Ambassador Chen of Earth," the judge said. Each word fell like a hammer. "The Galactic Council has made its choice." Chen raised his head. He looked straight at the judge. "We ask you to think again, Your Honor. Humanity has done nothing wrong." A laugh came from the Cradian section. The Cradians looked like giant red beetles. Their leader clicked his claws together. "Nothing wrong? Your species fights wars. You build weapons. You are dangerous." "We defend ourselves," Chen said. His voice stayed calm. "Just like every race here." The judge raised one of his 6 arms. The hall became silent. "The evidence is clear. In only 200 years since joining us, humans have built more warships than any other new species. You train all your young ones to fight. Your history is full of blood." Chen wanted to explain. He wanted to tell them that humans learned from their past, that they changed, that they only wanted peace now, but he saw their faces. Their minds were already closed. "The vote has been counted," the judge continued. 400 red and 99 races vote to banish humanity from Council space. Only one votes against. Chen looked around. In a small platform near the back, a tiny blue creature raised her hand. She was a Kalari, no bigger than a human child. Her large silver eyes met Chen's. She nodded sadly. "The decision is final," the judge said. "Humanity has 30 Earth days to leave Council space. All human colonies must be empty. All trade stops now. Any human ship found after 30 days will be destroyed." The words hit Chen like cold water. 30 days. 10 billion humans lived in the colonies. How could they all leave in 30 days? "This is not justice," Chen said. His voice was louder now. "We helped you. We shared our medicine. Our farmers fed hungry worlds. When the Void Pirates attacked the Kalari homeworld, who saved them? Humans did." "Silence!" The judge's 4 mouths roared together. "You speak of single good acts, but we see what you really are. You are a race of warriors pretending to be peaceful. You are too dangerous to live among us." The floating platform started to move away. The meeting was over. Aliens turned their backs on Chen. Some laughed, others whispered. The news was already spreading through the galaxy. Humanity, kicked out like unwanted guests. Chen walked to his ship alone. No one said goodbye. His assistant, Liu, waited at the loading ramp. Her face was pale. "Sir, Earth Command is calling. They want to know what happened." Chen looked back at the council building one more time. It reached into the clouds like a golden mountain. Once he felt proud to enter it. Now, it felt like a prison he was happy to leave. "Tell Earth Command the truth," Chen said. "Tell them the galaxy just made the biggest mistake in history." Liu's eyes went wide. "Sir?" Chen pulled out his secure datapad. He entered a code only 5 humans knew. The screen showed a map of Earth's solar system. But this was not the map the aliens knew. This map showed thousands of red dots hidden behind moons, inside asteroids, and deep under Earth's oceans. "For 50 years we've been preparing," Chen said quietly. "We knew this day might come. We hoped it wouldn't. We tried so hard to be their friends, but they never trusted us." The ship's engines started. As they lifted off, Chen sent one message to Earth. It was only 3 words. "Project Karma, begin." Below them, the alien news network celebrated. "Humans banished," they announced. "The galaxy is safe from the violent Earth species." They had no idea what was coming. In the deep black ocean of Earth, submarine doors opened. Ships that no alien had ever seen began to rise. Admiral Sarah Mitchell stood on the bridge of the largest ship ever built by human hands. She read Chen's message and smiled a cold smile. "They want us gone?" she said to her crew. "Fine, but when we come back, it won't be as beggars. It will be as the protectors they never knew they needed." The Galactic Council thought they ended humanity's story. In truth, they had just started a new chapter, and this chapter would be written in fire and steel among the stars. The Hidden Truth. Admiral Sarah Mitchell stood in the command center of Submarine Base Alpha, 3 miles beneath Earth's Pacific Ocean. The walls dripped with condensation. Green lights from 100 screens reflected off the water drops like emerald stars. She hadn't seen real sunlight in 5 years. None of them had. "Admiral, all Ghost Fleet commanders are online," Lieutenant Torres reported. His voice cracked with excitement. After 50 years of hiding, they were finally moving. Mitchell touched her command screen. Faces appeared. 20 commanders from 20 hidden bases. Some were under Earth's ice caps, others floated in Jupiter's storms. A few hid inside hollow asteroids. All had been waiting for this moment. "My friends," Mitchell said, "the snakes finally showed their fangs. Operation Karma is now active." On the moon base, Commander Yuki Tanaka laughed bitterly. "About time. My pilots have been training in simulators for so long they dream about flying." Mitchell understood the frustration. While Earth's politicians played nice with aliens, Earth's military had been building something terrifying in secret. It started when miners found the artifact on Mars, a crashed ship from an ancient war. The technology inside changed everything. Humans learned to bend space, to hide matter from sensors, to build weapons that could crack planets like eggs. "Remember," Mitchell said, "we show them enough to scare them, not enough to start a war. Phase 1 begins now." Above them, Earth looked peaceful. The aliens watching from their spy satellites saw nothing unusual. Farmers farmed. Cities buzzed with life. Everything normal. They didn't see the ocean floors opening. Captain Marcus Webb commanded the first ship to rise, the EDS Phantom. His crew of 300 had lived underwater for 10 years. As the ship broke the surface, water poured off its black hull like liquid glass. The ship was 2 kilometers long, shaped like a knife. No lights, no signals, nothing the aliens could detect. "Sir, we're clear," his navigator whispered, as if the aliens might hear them. "Engage shadow drive," Webb ordered. The ship vanished, not cloaked, truly invisible to every known sensor. In seconds they were in space, sliding past alien patrol ships like a ghost through walls. Meanwhile, on the Galactic Council's border station, Security Chief Vrax was bored. The Zephron warrior had watched this section for 50 years. Nothing ever happened here. The humans were gone. Space was quiet. Then his coffee cup started shaking. "What's that vibration?" he asked his team. Before anyone could answer, space itself seemed to tear open. A human ship appeared from nowhere, but this wasn't like the weak cargo vessels he remembered. This thing was death-made metal. Gun ports covered every surface. The hull was so black it seemed to eat light. The ship sent one message, "Knock, knock." Then it vanished. Vrax stared at his empty screen. His 4 hearts pounded. Send a report to the Council. Priority 1. But the Council didn't believe him. "Sensor ghost," they said. "Space debris," they laughed. "The humans are gone, Vrax. Stop drinking on duty." They didn't know that 1,000 human ships were already inside their borders, moving through their space like sharks in dark water, watching, waiting, recording every weakness. On Earth, Ambassador Chen met with President Keiko Nakamura in a bunker 500 feet underground. The walls were lined with maps showing alien territories. Red marks indicated where human ships were already positioned. "They gave us 30 days to leave," Chen said. "Our colonies are evacuating as ordered. The aliens are laughing at us, calling us cowards." The president, a small woman with steel-gray hair, smiled. "Let them laugh. How's the Kalari ambassador?" "Scared but safe. She's the only one who voted for us. We owe her protection." "Agreed. And the special packages?" Chen's smile was cold. "Delivered to every major alien world. They don't know it, but each of their capitals now has a human surprise waiting underground." On the alien news networks, the story was spreading. "Humans run away with their tails between their legs," the Cradian announcer clicked happily. "The galaxy's weakest species finally knows its place." But in the darkness between stars, Admiral Mitchell's dreadnought Karma powered up its main guns for the first time. The energy reading was so massive that 3 nearby alien science stations thought a star was being born. Young Ensign Park, fresh from the academy, asked Mitchell a question. "Admiral, why did we hide all this? We could have been respected, feared." Mitchell looked at the boy. "Fear is easy, Ensign. We wanted something harder. We wanted to be trusted, to be friends. They forced us to be something." "LC. What's that, Admiral?" "Their worst nightmare dressed as their salvation." On the Kalari homeworld, Ambassador Zine sat in her small office. She was the only alien who knew the truth. Years ago, humans had saved her people from pirates. While doing so, she had seen their real power. She had kept the secret. Now her communicator buzzed. The message was in human English. "Thank you for your vote. When the storm comes, you will be safe." She deleted the message and looked at the stars. The council had no idea what they had done. They had kicked out the guard dog because it had teeth. Now the wolves were coming and the dog wasn't there to protect them anymore. In deep space, beyond the galaxy's edge, something stirred. Ancient sensors, older than any current civilization, detected the change. The galaxy's shields were weakening. The humans who maintained them secretly were leaving. The void hunters, sleeping for 2,000 years, began to wake. Their scouts moved toward the galaxy like a disease spreading through space. And in her command center, Admiral Mitchell received the report she was expecting. "Admiral, long-range sensors detect movement in the void territories." "Right on schedule," she said. "In 10 days the Council will detect them too. In 15 days they'll panic. In 20 days they'll beg us to come back." "And then, Admiral?" Mitchell's eyes were hard as steel. "Then we show them that humanity's greatest strength was never our weapons. It was our choice to protect even those who hate us. But first, they need to learn what happens when Earth's children are pushed too far." Above Earth, the Ghost Fleet continued to rise. 1 ship, 10 ships, 100 ships, 1,000 ships, each one invisible, each one deadly, each one carrying humanity's message to the stars. Never mistake kindness for weakness. The return, space itself, screamed. That's what the Zephron sensor operator thought when his screens went white. The fabric of reality was tearing open in 1,000 places at once. Alarm bells shrieked across the Galactic Council's capital station. Emergency lights painted everything blood red. "What's happening?" Chief Vrax roared, his 4 mouths spraying spit. "Jump points, sir! Everywhere! It's impossible! No one can open this many." The operator never finished. Through the massive view window they saw humanity's answer to exile. Ships poured out of slip space like black water from broken dams. Not dozens, not hundreds, thousands. And leading them was something that shouldn't exist. The dreadnought Karma was 5 miles of pure destruction. Its hull was covered in weapon systems the aliens had never seen. Gravity hammers that could pull moons from orbit, plasma cannons that burned hotter than stars, and at its center, something that made grown warriors weep. A planet cracker bomb. On every screen in the galaxy, on every communication device, in every language, the same image appeared. Admiral Sarah Mitchell sat in her command chair. Her face was calm. too calm, like a parent who had caught their children doing something very, very stupid. "Hello, Galaxy," she said. Her voice was soft but carried the weight of mountains. "We need to talk." The Cradian supreme leader, safe in his war bunker, screamed at his generals. "Fire! Destroy them all!" His fleet obeyed. 10,000 Cradian warships opened fire at once. Lasers, missiles, plasma bombs, everything they had. The space around human ships turned into a storm of death. Then the impossible happened. The human ships didn't move. They didn't even raise shields. The weapons hit them and passed through, like shooting at shadows, like attacking smoke. "Phase shift technology," Admiral Mitchell explained, as if teaching children. "We exist slightly outside your dimension. Your weapons can't touch us, but ours." She paused. One human destroyer fired a single shot. A Cradian battleship split in half like paper. "Ours can touch you." Panic spread through the council chambers. The Zephyron judge who had banished humanity stood frozen. His gray skin had turned white. Around him, 500 alien races watched their military might become useless. "Impossible," he whispered. "This technology, where did you get it?" On Earth, President Nakamura watched from her command center. She turned to Chen. "Show them the Mars footage." Chen pressed a button. On every alien screen, new images appeared. 50 years ago, Mars. Human miners finding a crashed ship older than their civilization. Inside, warnings written in dead languages. And technology. Beautiful, terrible technology. "You want to know the truth?" Mitchell's voice cut through the chaos. "We found the last ship of the ancients, the ones who fought the Void Hunters 10,000 years ago. They lost, but they left instructions. They left weapons. They left a message. For whoever comes next, be better than we were." The small Kalari ambassador, Zine, stood up in the council chamber. Her voice was tiny but clear. "I tried to tell you, humans weren't building weapons to attack us. They were building them to protect us." "Protect?" The judge laughed bitterly. "They threaten us with planet killers." "No," Mitchell said. "We're showing you what we could have done. At any time in the last 50 years, we could have conquered you. Instead, we smiled. We traded. We helped. We pretended to be weak because we didn't want you to fear us." She stood up. Behind her, star charts appeared showing the galaxy's edge. Red dots were moving inward. Thousands of them. "But while you were busy voting us out, you forgot to ask one question. Who watches the dark? Who keeps the nightmares away?" For 50 years, human ships have been secretly patrolling the void, destroying scouts, maintaining the ancient barrier stations, keeping them out. The red dots on the screen pulsed. They were moving faster now. "The Void Hunters," whispered someone in the council. The name spread like poison through air. Fear older than memory filled the room. "They woke up 3 days ago," Mitchell continued, "when we stopped maintaining the barriers. They'll be here in 7 days. Their scouts are already past the outer defenses." On cue, emergency transmissions flooded in, border colonies going dark, ships vanishing, entire solar systems sending final screams before silence. The Cradian leader's claws shook. You would let them destroy us?" "Let?" Mitchell laughed. It wasn't a happy sound. "No. We'll fight them. We always have. We always will. That's what humans do. We protect, even those who hate us. But here's the thing." Every human ship in the galaxy turned toward the Council station. Their weapons powered up. The combined energy output was enough to be seen from other galaxies. Space itself seemed to hold its breath. "We're done being your secret guardians, done being your humble servants. You want our protection? You'll ask for it, publicly. You'll vote us back in. Not as members, as protectors, as equals, as the warriors you feared we were." The judge's pride fought with his fear. "This is blackmail." "No," Chen's voice joined the transmission from Earth. "This is consequences. You banished us for being dangerous. Congratulations. You were right. We are dangerous. Dangerous to the monsters you forgot existed. Dangerous to the threats you can't see. And yes, dangerous to anyone stupid enough to make humanity their enemy. A new alarm screamed. On the long-range sensors, a Void Hunter dreadnought appeared. It was bigger than a moon, made of organic metal that seemed alive. It broadcast one message in all languages: feed. Half the council members fainted. The other half begged their governments to surrender to humans immediately. But Mitchell wasn't done. You have 1 hour. Vote us back with full honors or we jump to Andromeda Galaxy. We have the technology. We can leave. Start fresh. Build a new home where we're appreciated. She sat back down. But if we leave, we're taking something with us. What? The judge asked, though he feared the answer. Hope, Mitchell said simply. We're taking your only hope of survival. Because in all the galaxy, only humans are crazy enough to fight monsters that eat stars. Only humans are stubborn enough to stand between you and extinction. Only humans are foolish enough to die for people who betrayed them. On Earth, in the deep bunker, President Nakamura asked Chen, "Will they vote?" Chen watched the council chamber on his screen. Aliens were crying, arguing, pleading with each other. The judge had collapsed into his throne. The Kalari ambassador was standing on her platform, shouting at others to see reason. "They'll vote," Chen said. "They have no choice. But the real question is, what? Will we forgive them when they do?" Above Earth, the Ghost Fleet waited. In the council chambers, 500 species faced their pride's destruction. And in the void, nightmares older than civilization rushed toward a galaxy that had just learned the price of betrayal. The counter on every screen showed 53 minutes remaining. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The galaxy held its breath. The truth revealed, the void. Hunter Scout ship was beautiful in the way that death is beautiful. Its biometal skin rippled like liquid mercury. Tentacles the size of skyscrapers reached toward the nearest star. When it fed, the star dimmed, then died. 3 billion years of light gone in seconds. In the Galactic Council chamber, the judge watched his homeworld's sun flicker on the screens. His 4 mouths opened in a silent scream. 30 minutes left, Admiral Mitchell announced. Her voice echoed through every speaker in the galaxy. 29, 28. But President Nakamura, watching from Earth, noticed something strange. She zoomed in on the Void Hunter. There, burned into its hide like a scar, was a symbol, a circle with 3 lines. Ancient human cave paintings had the same mark. "Chen," she whispered, "look at this." Chen's eyes widened. He grabbed his secure communicator. "Admiral Mitchell, abort countdown. We need to tell them everything. The real everything." Mitchell frowned on her screen. "Mr. Ambassador, this is not the time. Sarah, trust me. Show them file Omega-7. The Admiral's face went pale. "That's beyond classified. If the public learns what we really are, they need to know, now." Mitchell took a deep breath. Then she opened humanity's deepest secret. On every screen in the galaxy, new images appeared. Not from 50 years ago, not from 1,000, from 200,000 years ago. Earth, but different. The continents were wrong, the sky was purple. And humans looked different. Taller, stronger, eyes that glowed with inner fire. "We lied," Mitchell said simply. "We didn't find ancient technology on Mars. We remembered it." The council chamber exploded in confusion. The judge stood up, shaking. "What are you saying?" Chen took over the broadcast from Earth. Behind him, archaeologists and scientists stood ready with evidence. 200,000 years ago, humans weren't from Earth. We were the architects, the ones who built the original Galactic Council, the ones who created the barrier technology, the ones who fought the Void Hunters to a standstill. He showed them fossils, DNA evidence, ruins hidden beneath Earth's oceans that matched structures on 100 worlds. We won that war, but at a cost. Our civilization was destroyed. The survivors did something desperate. They used a device called the Reset Protocol. It devolved us, made us forget, turned us into primitives on a backwater planet. We became Homo sapiens, weaker, smaller, without our psychic powers, but safe, hidden. The Kalari ambassador gasped. The prophecy of return. When the devoured darkness wakes, the forgotten fathers shall remember their sword. The Void Hunters aren't invaders, Chen continued. They're our mistake. We created them. Silence. Absolute silence across the galaxy. Then Chen showed them the worst part. Laboratory footage from the ancient files. The architects, ancient humans, had tried to create the perfect warriors. They succeeded too well. The Void Hunters were human bioweapons that broke free, learned to reproduce, learned to hate their creators. Every 50,000 years they wake up, look for us, try to finish their revenge, but they can't find Earth because we're different now, hidden in our own devolved bodies. They don't recognize us. The judge's voice cracked. You're saying humans are your ancient gods, your devils, your creators, and your biggest mistake. Mitchell stood up. But here's the thing. We're remembering. Every generation, more humans are born with abilities. Telepathy, telekinesis, genetic memory. We're evolving back to what we were. She showed them footage from Earth's secret military schools, children moving objects with their minds, old ears who could see 10 seconds into the future, scientists who dreamed in equations that bent reality. In maybe 100 years we'll be fully awakened, the architects reborn, but right now we're caught between, too advanced for you to trust, too primitive to stop the Void Hunters alone. A new voice joined the broadcast. Young Lieutenant Maya Patel, stationed at the Void Barrier. Admiral, the Void Hunters, they're sending a message. The transmission was in the ancient tongue, but every human watching suddenly understood it. The words appeared in their minds like memories. We smell you, fathers. We know you hide. We come to finish what you started. President Nakamura grabbed her desk. Around Earth, every human felt it. A awakening. Like a door opening in their minds. Memories that weren't theirs flooded in. How to build stellar engines. How to sing matter into new shapes. How to step sideways through dimensions. It's happening, Chen gasped. The danger is triggering our evolution. We're remembering faster. In the council chamber, aliens backed away from the screens. They were watching their former gods remember themselves. It was terrifying and magnificent. The small Kalari ambassador stepped forward. I knew. My grandmother knew. She was there when the last architect died. He told her, "We will return when you need us most, but we will return as children. Teach us to be better than we were." She looked at the council. Don't you see? They exiled themselves. They chose to forget because they were too powerful. They nearly destroyed everything. But they loved us enough to become weak, to give us a chance to grow without them. The judge fell to his knees. We banished our protectors. We cast out our creators. 15 minutes, Mitchell announced, but her voice was different. Older. Her eyes were glowing slightly. Around her, her crew was changing too, becoming more than human. The Void Hunter mothership appeared on the sensors. It was the size of Jupiter. Its presence bent space around it. Stars were pulled from their positions, planets cracked from its gravity. It broadcast one word, fathers. Mitchell responded in the ancient tongue. Every human in the galaxy spoke with her, their voices joining across space. Children who forgot love, we remember you. The Void Hunters paused. For the first time in eons, they hesitated. President Nakamura stood. Her form was shifting, becoming taller. Her eyes were now pure light. Vote, Council. Vote now. Not to let us back. Vote to let us protect. We are remembering what we are, but we're also remembering why we chose to forget. Power without wisdom. Strength without mercy. We were gods who acted like devils. She looked directly at the camera. But we're different now. 200,000 years of being human taught us humility, pain, love, loss. We're not the architects anymore. We're something new, something better, but only if you help us remember the right way. The judge stood, his voice shook. I call for an emergency vote, all in favor of humanity returning as protectors of the galaxy. Every hand, claw, tentacle, and appendage rose. Even the Cradian leader, crying green tears, voted yes. 500-0, humanity is... Wait. Mitchell raised her hand. We accept, but on one condition. Anything. The Kalari, the only race that voted for us. They become humanity's partners, equals in all things. They saw us when you couldn't. Ambassador Zine nearly fainted. Her tiny race suddenly elevated to protectors of the galaxy. Agreed, the judge shouted. Mitchell smiled. Then she turned to face the Void Hunter fleet. Children of our pride, weapons of our fear. We remember you. We remember our sin, but we also remember how to unmake what we made. She began to sing, not with her voice, but with reality itself. Every human joined her. The song was mathematics mad. Music, physics turned into poetry. It was the code of creation itself. The Void Hunters screamed, not in pain, but in recognition. They remembered too, remembered being created, remembered their purpose, remembered that they were never meant to hate. One by one, the bioships began to dissolve, not dying but returning, becoming stardust and possibility again. Their last message was barely a whisper. Fathers, we forgive. In the council chamber, aliens wept openly. They had witnessed the death of monsters and the birth of gods, but more importantly, they had seen those gods choose to remain human. Chen, his form still shifting between human and architect, addressed them one last time. We are humanity. We were the architects. We will be something new. But today, right now, we are your protectors, and we always will be. The judge, with all four mouths speaking in harmony, asked, What should we call you now? Humans? Architects? Gods? A young human child's voice answered from Earth. She had been watching with her class. Her eyes glowed with ancient power, but her voice was pure innocence. Just call us friends. And across the galaxy, for the first time in its history, 500 races spoke with one voice. Welcome home, friends. Welcome home. In the void where the hunters had been, new stars were being born from their dissolved matter. Each one sang the same song, a lullaby the architects used to sing to their children, a promise that nightmares end, that morning always comes, that even gods can learn to be human, and that sometimes the greatest power in the universe is choosing not to use it.